Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of City Skylines. Now, a bit has changed since the last episode. I've gone back in between episodes and restructured a couple of the roads. I wanted to do that in between episodes and not record it because I was really trying out a bunch of different things to try to make this as efficient as possible. And I've actually started to finally add some shape to the roads. As you can see over here, this is our cozy district neighborhood, and actually we have some crime going on here. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll have to see what the police station's up to. I can see squad cars or something already coming this way. But yeah, I've started to extend this neighborhood out. Now, the reason it looks this way and it's starting to curve around, this commercial area or city center is gonna probably start to curve out. So I've started that. I know I talked a lot about this side of the highway and I've gone back and forth several different times. I haven't really decided what I want to do on this side. At first I was like, alright, well the big city will be down here, but it might be something else. I'm looking at that beachfront down at the bottom, so that's going to be probably the deciding factor. But over here, I imagine this neighborhood's actually going to grow up and become quite large, so we've got that. We've got our industrial area over here. You can see where I've started to extend these paths, which we have quite a bit of demand for right now. See, we've got water on it, so let's go ahead and give them this area. Now, that's going to probably pose a bit of an issue here. I'm looking at it right now. That pumping station, I'm pretty sure that's going to pollute it. I think that should be a thing, at least in the game, and a couple of those zones are kind of uneven. So there's going to be some gaps there. But yeah, let's move this. This seems like a very unsafe location for it. So we're gonna move down to, let's just be safe. We're gonna put it down here. Let's re-hook it up. There we go. And power, we're gonna have to run power down to it again. So let's keep that along there. There we go. That should keep it out of the little industrial pollution zone here. Now, I did upgrade their road to the roundabout last episode, so they've been getting in and out fairly easy. I've been hearing some people say that this roundabout's going to give me problems, and it probably will, but right now it's flowing excellent. Like, everybody's getting to their little districts out here. And the last thing that I did in between episodes, I did restructure the commercial area, so it's still very grid-like, but I've got a plan for this avenue here. I think eventually it's going to pull out, and we'll make like a cross here, and I'll make it actually connect into the neighborhood as it grows up too, so there'll be two options there. Last thing that I need to look at is this street here. This is probably going to have to be upgraded, and when you upgrade these streets, it causes a lot more noise, makes it a little unpleasant, so we're going to wait on that. But yeah, what I figure we're going to do this episode, I would like to create a nice little neighborhood. I called this little at first, but this is actually going to grow up and probably be fairly big. So I think we'll start out, probably out here, we'll start something. And I think eventually I want to acquire this land over to the left because I'd like to make a connection off the highway to it instead of forcing them into town here. So let's see, where do we want to start this? I actually think I'm going to go ahead and extend this avenue out over here because I believe it's going to flow off it. Which one? Let's see, I think I'm using, I don't know which one I want to use because I like this one here, but I feel like it could be a problem, so I might need to change that. Let's see. Got options for turning lanes. There's quite a bit here. So I guess we're going to keep with the avenue here. Let's make sure we're on straight road. I don't know exactly where this cross is going to be. It could be right about here and come out. This neighborhood's going to probably extend. So we've got that. And let's go ahead. We're going to run out. Let's see, I think we're going to run out this way and probably start to curve it. Or we could curve the avenue. We could angle the avenue up this way and kind of make the city flow to the left, kind of like the neighborhood's doing. And this industrial area is kind of starting to slope that way too. I think that would actually be a really neat design. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We're going to curve this. So let's go... what kind of angle do we want? Let's go 55 here, if I can get on it. As you can see, I've downloaded the precise engineering or angling or whatever it was called. So we've got that. I think we'll start making our neighborhoods curve up. So everything's just kind of shifting over, and I think it's going to actually have a really nice flow. I guess I could have actually curved it, instead of just making it kind of a sharp angle, but I think that we could start splitting off, so I think I'm going to keep it like that. So we've got that. Now, to flow out of this city, temporarily it'll be this avenue, so we're actually going to make it curve here, so that's a nice curve. Let's make it go to about there. I need 100. Let's search for, let's see, 45, so that should be fairly even, so we should be able to run this road here. So let's grab a small road, and we're gonna run it from here to about here. Oh, still on the curve there. There we go. Okay, so now we have basically a way to flow in and out, and that's kind of an abrupt change. We might make this a gradual curve. I'm not sure yet. Right now it's just kind of a feeder road to the neighborhood here, and eventually this other neighborhood that we're about to build. So let's go ahead, flow this out. I don't want this to be a straight road, so let's go ahead. What does the area look like back here? Is that ooh, that is a nice mountain. That would be really nice to have some houses along here. There is a railroad track over there too, so I need to keep that in mind. I probably need to extend this district now, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a big one here. So this is all going to be the same little district, so let's go ahead and highlight all of that. There we go. Should be good. So that is still Cozy District, but it's really growing up. There's the park from the last episode. But yeah, out here, I think we're going to start probably, I don't know how far it's going to be out, but we need a kind of a wavy road here, because there is not going to be like city out here, so I think if we keep this gradual curve here, I'm thinking to probably about there, we can start a neighborhood out this way, and I'm going to need to acquire this land over here. Can I do that now? No, not quite yet. I'll probably get it on the next upgrade, so I've got that started. We'll be able to start that neighborhood here shortly. Let's go ahead and zone in some more here. So let's go ahead and do this square. I wonder why that square didn't turn out even. It's kind of odd that that's like that. Is the road? Maybe the road just isn't quite there. So let me go ahead and zone that in myself. Let's keep it about right here. Actually, that's not going to work out. We'll focus on that one. I might have to reshape that one. So let's go ahead and give them these little paths here. So yeah, I can see the traffic. It's not bad. A little bit of it is deceiving because there's people parking along the road. So when I'm back here, it looks like a traffic jam, but it really isn't at the moment. So it's flowing quite nice. Commercial, we're starting to see more of a demand for it. So this is where I need to decide if I'm going to connect these ends. What I can do, I've got little pedestrian pathways here, almost like little alleyways, which they're actually using them. Oh, look, there's a pipe ice. Okay, so what I think I can do, let's go ahead and go out to probably there. So there and, oh, why did that not connect? Let's see, let's go to there and there. There we go. Now I could make that street, which I think I can go ahead and make the cross street connect here. And I still have these little gaps for these pedestrian pathways. So we've got that, and I believe if I can copy the angle, I can start it up like this and start to shift the city over. That does leave a bit of a gap here in between, so I'm going to see what I'm going to do with that. Let's go ahead and give them these zones here to satisfy that commercial need. Do that there. I could probably give them along this road, but we're going to wait on that. They don't need too much. Now, industrial needs, as you can see, they've kind of built out. We've got a bit of a fire over here. That fire station's actually in a really good spot. I've got them right at the opening of the roundabout here, so they can go to any district fairly quick. Now, the more our city grows, of course, the more that it's going to eventually, we're going to need like a bigger fire department. And I'll have to see where I'm going to stick that. But let's go ahead and connect this other side here. So let's go out. I think I went out one on the other side, so we're going to go out one on this one. Now let's see. Yeah, those, I'm looking at the grids and they aren't quite even because of the pedestrian pathways that I have in between here. So we'll be able to add more of those. Let's go ahead and zone out some more commercial because commercial's now booming. We had some issues last episode. It just stopped. Like they didn't want to build in it anymore. And I actually had a couple businesses go under. Let's see, get away from that. But yeah, that actually looks kind of nice. I like the neighborhood. I like the shape that it's taking. I really could probably connect it one more, like just go straight out here. We could curve that. That looks somewhat nice. But I think we need to keep the straight angle since it's straight everywhere else. Yeah, that'll be that connection. So we can build houses along that. Now, I know some people have talked about, yes, this is eventually going to need to be upgraded to be soundproof. I just don't have that unlocked yet. And I'm pretty sure the neighborhood over here would really appreciate that, but got that. Let's see. I do eventually want to build a park over here too to attract people into this commercial zone. But I'm still not quite sure about this here. This little sharp, it's not really that sharp of an angle, but I think it'll work because the city's going to probably stay somewhat grid-like, except for maybe some different areas. Say I've got a park or a monument that I need to put in. I'll probably change the road up then, but I'm going to keep it semi-grid for now. We're actually making quite a bit of money. We're making a lot of progress here. Now, question is, this little curved part that I've started here, do I want to continue it? Maybe I can make it curve back now. Let's see. What if I started to make it curved? Does it look funny with it being wavy like that? I don't think it really does. Let's see if I can find an angle that I would actually like to do that. Something like that actually isn't bad. So let me see if I can make it follow along. Get fairly close here just in case I need to connect them. Actually, that first part's a little far away, so let's start the angle. Start a little further here. I guess that gap isn't actually too bad. Let's see if we start it sooner. There we go. You know what, I think I'm going to keep that gap because it's hard to see, there is somewhat of a gap between everything else, so something like that. Actually, we're going to need to start that earlier. Now, some people were saying that they want to see me turn money off, basically, to just design a city, which that's cool and everything, but I do actually want to still play the game. Actually, that one's going to have to gap more because it's just the way the road's formed. I guess I could force it to curve. Could force it to curve earlier and try to create more of a dramatic angle, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So let's just keep it about like that there. And keep the roads even. I know it's not completely even grid-wise. And we're going to do this one like that. And look, we ran right back into the situation we had earlier, so we'll probably move the water pumping station even further down. So got that. Now, electricity is probably going to be a thing here very soon because these industrial zones really suck up power. So, you know, I'm going to just ease it out. I'm not going to give them the whole street yet because I need to be able to keep up with the demand electricity-wise. So, yeah, this is going to become a very smoggy area. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Eventually we can start to convert this over, or I could move it to the other side of the highway like I talked about. One or the other was going to get moved over. And it was either going to be the city itself or the industrial zone, which it might need to be the industrial zone soon. I could start to build off this side and almost like they're connected here, maybe stop them about at this point. I could even take a little bit away. But we're talking really far in the future before we really need to worry about that, so let's just let them build for now. Electricity-wise, yes, we are running into some issues here. Coal, do I have the oil? I don't have that yet, so we're going to have to go with another coal plant. I've already got 2 of them, and it kind of sucks to have to build another one here. Let's build it we'll just build it here on the edge. So, there we go. That should keep us safe from any power failures here. I kind of actually like that curve. I like that it's not following the same grid here in the front. And we're keeping those nice long streets, that way there's not too many intersections and they're not stopping like every 10 or so, well, I would say 10 feet. Realistically, they're not stopping every, football field to have a cross street. Which I think that flow is going to be nice as long as this street here doesn't clog up. Let's see, it's getting dark. I guess we can go ahead and start a neighborhood out here. How are we on water? We're doing decent. Eventually we're going to have to upgrade to another pumping station. Let's go ahead and cover this area over here. So we'll have that ready to go. Actually, let's go a little further here. So let's go about to here, and then, actually no, let's just go straight across. And I think I want to make a area that's going to break off here, and I can't, why can't I do that? Does it have to be straight angles? I guess something like that. We're going to follow this out to what the neighborhood's going to be. I'm probably not going to run them across, because this is going to be open for right now, this green area. Okay, it's time to be respectful to the dead here, and I don't think I want it right in this neighborhood, because I can picture this thing expanding even further. So, maybe just a nice... Well, if this city comes this way, which maybe I do need to divert it more in this direction over here. I'd like to have a little nice area for the cemetery, so maybe we're just gonna come out here, just ever so slightly. It doesn't need to be much, but I might make like a little park out here and just make it a nice area, kind of like a respect for the dead here. So let's grab that cemetery and just see, oh, what am I doing? Here we go. See about how it needs to fit. I guess we could put it about like that and have a park on the other side. That would be kind of a nice touch. Let's go ahead and extend this out. I think it needs to go out about maybe half of one of these. So let's go ahead and place it there. So now we got a cemetery. I'm pretty sure we need to run electricity out to it. Let's see. Let's just do a temporary line about like that. And then we'll get rid of that as soon as we start to zone even further out. So they have electricity, they have water. That's good. I think I'm going to place a nice little park across the street. Just kind of out of respect here. I need to gain a little more money, actually. Let's see, how's our loan situation, actually? I probably need to check in on that. Taxes, you know what? I think we can go up a bit on everybody now, since we're growing, we're providing services, so let's go ahead and go up a little bit. Let's see. I can take the 20,000 back out, which that will jump me ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, that way I can get this neighborhood going. Because we are starting to get like a residential demand again, and I feel like I want a neighborhood out this way. And do I like this? Yeah, I do like that curved road. Alright, so we need to go ahead and work on this neighborhood. Now, I'm not going to connect the neighborhood. It's not going to be right up against the avenue here. I like to keep its distance, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and connect it over here. Which, is that avenue out far enough? We might need to go just one more with the avenue. And I think I'm going to straighten it out a bit here, so we're going to have a little straight section. So we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and connect a intersection over here. So we've got that. That's a way into the neighborhood. And we're probably actually not going to go that far. We're going to actually stretch it out this way. So let's go ahead and make just a bunch of streets. Let's keep the curved thing going on here. I think of how I want to angle this neighborhood, or at least how I want it to look. Now let's start here, and we'll start a gradual curve, and we'll do almost like sections here. So we'll go to the first one, we'll do this curve, go to the first one, do a curve. Keep a little bit of a gap in between them, which that might be, it might be a little too much of a gap. Let's redo that real quick. So let's go out one, curve, try to keep that gap even. That looks a lot better there. I'm not really concerned about the end of the road there. We'll address that here in a second. But I'm thinking I want to do something like this. Maybe we'll make some, almost like some dead ends and all that. That could probably go a little further here, so let's do about like that. That's going to actually match. Now, these are going to be probably dead ends at first, because this is going to be just a small neighborhood, so we're not really worried about everything looping around and gridding out. So let's start it about like that. So that's a little bit of area out here. Let's see, what are we dealing with water-wise? I think we need to... I've actually stuck us in quite a bit of a situation here. We can't go across anymore. I wanted to follow that road. Could do it like that, but I think we're going to actually just angle it about like that and just go straight. So we're going to shift all the pipes over about like, probably about like so. So we've got that set up. Now we've got a very high residential demand. Let's go ahead and get electricity over here. We'll start, will it pick up? Do I really need to start it on this side of the road? I guess I do. Let's go ahead and run it actually up the road here. So let's start there, go out, keep the power lines in between the avenue here, or kind of in between the avenue and the main road. I don't know if people are going to want to... Actually, there's not going to be houses on that side, so about like that would actually work. So let's go ahead and zone this. And we'll see kind of how traffic starts to flow. Like I said, this isn't going to be the only connection in and out of this thing. I really would like to have a connection... And, oh, that didn't work. There we go. And yes, there's a lot of uneven spots here at the beginning. They're probably not going to be zoning in those. I'll have to extend the electricity out. It was a messy. I don't know if there's something wrong with my mouse here or something's going on because it wouldn't highlight quite the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to need to do a little bit of cleanup here to keep these zones nice. So let's do that. We're going to de-zone right here at the beginning because that's going to be really a turn off. We might be able to do some zones, or at least some houses aiming directly at that. So let's do that. Let's see what our electricity situation is. We're probably going to have to run it across like that just to make a connection for now. So they're starting to build. Now what I want to do, and we're still waiting on that upgrade, we're going to grow really fast now. I want to buy this area here, and we'll make some sort of something probably similar to this on the highway and have another connection so they can loop around and get into the town that way. That way it's going to take a little bit of focus off of this roundabout here. So we've got that. Looks good there. Okay, they're going to start building out here. I would like to have a little park, or maybe a little center out here. I'm trying to figure out where I'd like to stick that. Something that looks nice. Something... you got plazas, parks. I'm trying to think of how I want to do that. It's going to be a fairly nice neighborhood, and we're probably already going to cut off. No, I'm going to let them build up before I cut off electricity that way. Maybe we need to go ahead and let them zone into here. Let's see, not in between. I want to keep them out of that little area. We'll see what happens when we give them these zones. There's some of these are a little funky just because the road's at an angle. We're going to do that. And then we're going to see what we're going to change here. I might change the road system up a little bit here for the neighborhood. And I like this gap, though. I like this gap because it feels like this is going to be a smaller neighborhood out here compared to this, which is probably going to grow up fairly big. You know, I'm actually kind of liking the shape of all this. Now, that avenue is still bugging me a little bit, so I think I'm actually going to... I might need to sharpen up the angle, so let's go ahead and delete here. And let's try to make that look legit. So let's go ahead... I don't know about where I need to go out. Let's try here and just see what happens when we connect them. So no, it's going to need to go out even further. So almost like a straight avenue to... That's closer. Let's go even further here. Does that look like a somewhat of a natural curve? I believe it does, actually. That looks... Yeah, that looks okay. There's a small kink there, but that's not very noticeable, especially once we... surround this area. So right now commercial's kind of stalled out again. They've got their nice little area here so everybody can go shopping, but I really like this avenue, how it's going to run out to the new neighborhood, which the new neighborhood is growing. It's taking a little bit here. I do want to give them a park. I feel like they need like their own private park over here, so could put it on one of the ends here. I think this is going to be the end, so I'm going to stick it on this side because I think the neighborhood's going to expand out that way. So what do we want to give them here? Park with trees. We've already done that one. Maybe just a playground would be nice. No, they don't need a Japanese garden or anything like that. Here's some of the custom parks. Let's go ahead. We're going to give them just a normal park. Maybe like a playground. Oh, a dog park would be kind of cool, but I don't think a neighborhood needs that. I think they want a normal playground here. So let's stick it along this road here, and we can decorate around that. And actually, it's already got pathways leading out. I wish I knew it had those. We can make this whole little section. Let me go ahead and de-zone right here, because I want to play around with this section. I feel like we can have a fairly large park, and they're going to need electricity. Let's do kind of a... No, I don't want to call it a temporary connection. Let's do just a connection about right there. I really wish... maybe we should just zone. Yeah, we've got it zoned. We just have to wait for them to build across the street from it before we can expand this out here. But let's see. These are gravel paths, so we could curve these. And we could kind of make our own expansion, kind of like what we did in the city. Make our own little expansion to the park, which I like that. Let's go let's curve this again. Will it go to that angle? Yes, that kind of connects with the crosswalk there. And I think we're gonna have just a couple little paths here, just some walking paths out in this area, and we'll fill it in with trees, so make it appear like almost like a much larger park than it really is. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this park. I'd like to have some nice trees around it and just make it seem just bigger than it is. So we're gonna go ahead, let's place some of these in here. We need some smaller ones. I'm gonna probably create some additional walking trails. Let's see, are those gonna match? Yeah, those are the trees that need to be out here. So let's go ahead and place these throughout this area here. And I've got some props now that I can use. So say, let's see if we can find something that matches here. I can actually just extend the park itself and put some more playground items. I think they have, let's see, there's got to be some benches in here that I can place. Actually, some tables, that would be nice out here. Maybe just along the trail here, and actually I don't like that one. There we go. Let's see, maybe about right. Actually, let's put it over on this area here. So we'll have a little bit of a picnic area. Put a table there, and maybe a table there. I'm really looking for, actually not a trash can would probably make sense out here. Let's put that right there. Lights, I need lights, I need benches. Ooh, I like that little pavilion there, but that looks a little much for out here. Let's go ahead and add some benches along the paths here. So if you want to set down, try to get that as close as possible. I think there might be a mod to override that where I can just place it even basically on the path. I'll have to find that one. Let's do that there. Maybe stick another one on this side. We're gonna need some lights along this path. But I believe I can use a tool that I downloaded to keep that aligned with the path itself. So let's do that. Let's keep this one over here. Maybe place another bench across over here. There we go. Got those. Let's see. What do we have? We have water fountains. I need lights. So we need to find those next. Those might be over on this side. And we can light this path up. I think that would look nice. Alright, we got some lights here. I think I'm going to keep the lights on one side. I don't need them on each side of the path, so let's go ahead and kind of keep them close here. Try to keep the light sources even. That way, if you want to go walking at night, you feel somewhat safe. So let's keep these rolling around here. Let's see. Just kind of judging the spacing on where the actual light circles are, so I think we're doing... actually, that one is really far off the path. That bugs me. So let's put that back. Let's get that just a little bit closer here. So like that. One right there. There. Hopefully they'll actually use these. I'm not really sure they will use them without a purpose. They're not just going to go walking. Of course, they'll be around the park, which is going to be nice. Stick one there, here, and probably here. So we've got those. So yeah, that's actually a fairly nice. I kind of want to stick a lake in there, but I know there's some issues. Maybe there's a mod for it. When you lower this, it almost has to have like a permanent source of water to keep it full. So I have to see what I want to do there, because it would look nice to have like a pond, or I don't want to say a lake because it's a little small, but have a pond here. So we got that, got our neighborhood going out here. I know we're having some little bit of crime issues, and it looks like we're having a garbage issue, and I'm pretty sure I know what that means. What is that? Does that mean what I think it means? The landfill, is it full? Yes, it is full. So we're gonna have to create another one. This is gonna have to be temporary. We're gonna create another one, and then we're gonna have to, eventually we're gonna have to buy a recycling center, which those are really expensive. Now we're making a lot of money. So we've got that going for us. We've got the money. Are they getting out fast enough is the question. I think they will be. They can get out. It's really the neighborhood over here which is having the trash issues. But yeah, we've got that. Got a new neighborhood started over here. I'm going to change these up, and I need to probably... I think this is going to be okay for like cops and all the other services to get across. But I might need to create a little commercial district over here. Just a very, very small one. Maybe on the other side of the road. To have a fire station, a couple shops, a police station, to get the services over here as quick as possible. But I like the way this neighborhood's looking. I think I can do some unique things with the road back here. But I've got that going. Let's see, we've got the city center. I keep saying city center. I'm pretty sure this is where it's going to be, but right now it's just basically still a small town. We're really close to our upgrade, so we'll be getting that soon also. Okay, folks, I'm seeing our first little issue here with this roundabout, and I think I know of a way to fix this. I'm going to try it out, basically. Let's make this a one-way. That's pretty much how roundabouts are supposed to work. And the traffic is extremely confused. Oh, he just jackknifed. I hope he can move. Can he move? I don't know. I think he's actually at the intersection. I didn't realize that they were actually able to go both ways. So you want them to circle around like they're doing now and get to their spots to keep that traffic flow going. So yeah, we still have some intersections here and they're going to get stopped up. But I think this is going to help because you've got a whole bunch more lanes to get over there. Because I'm seeing there was a little bit bigger backup out here to the highway. Kind of would like to... I can't eliminate that intersection, so there's not much I can actually do there. Except for create another outlet over here, which I have to wait for another upgrade before we can buy that land. So that's probably what we're going to do next episode. Buy that land, try to build up some more, and we'll have to look at this or evaluate this. But let's keep that going in that one-way direction and see what happens. Because it might just be the neighborhood traffic over here that's stopping this roundabout. I could disconnect that and just keep it going off the highway. That would be like a temporary solution. I don't know if that would be a permanent one. We could force residential traffic onto the avenue here, and we could even maybe make a connection closer out this way to get to the neighborhoods. But I'm not 100% sure how I want to do this, because I do see this becoming a problem here very soon. So anyways, guys, if you have any suggestions for the city, for the town, I'm definitely all ears. I've got quite a few mods downloaded, but if there's anything else you think I need to put into the game, let me know there. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you!